Good morning, readers. Today we are working on the reading strategy, check it, do a double check. What that means is we're going to be reading and asking ourselves two questions when we come to a word that we're not sure about. We're going to ask ourselves first, does it look right? And second, does that make sense? So we're going to look at the letters of the word and the sounds that those letters make. And then we're going to think, does that make sense? So we're going to think about the story, and we're going to look at the picture. Okay? So, in the book, I did something a little different, and you're going to notice. As we read along, I highlighted some words that we're going to try the strategy with. Okay? So let's revisit the book, Zots Learns to Share. Zots Learns to Share. Remember, we're thinking about him sharing and what Abby's trying to teach him about sharing. Abby and Zots are best friends. Zots is from outer space. Zots has a big cookie. May I have some? Abby asked. Zots eats the... Oh, okay, here it is, one of the blue highlighted words. Let's try the strategy. Does it look right? Does it make sense? Zots eats the blank cookie. What would make sense here? Let's look at the picture. Okay. Oh, he's putting the thing in his mouth. How much of it is he putting in his mouth? Let's look over here. Oh. Hole. What hole? What hole? Is that a word? No. That W is silent, right, readers? Whole. Whole. Is he putting the whole cookie in his mouth? The entire cookie, or is he just putting a little piece? He's putting the whole cookie in his mouth, right? Whole. Does this look like the word whole? Whole cookie? Whole cookie? Does that look like that word, whole? Does that make sense? Readers, did you just do a double check? Yes, you did. Zots eats the whole cookie in one bite. So he's putting the one cookie in his mouth at one time. He's not taking little bites. He's putting the entire thing in his mouth at one time. Okay, let's keep going. Let's look for some blue highlighted words. You should share, Abby says. What's that? Zots asks. Sharing means letting someone have some of what you have, Abby says. Okay, Zots says. Zots. Ooh, okay, here we go. Another blue highlighted word. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the sounds. Sp, sp, it, spit, spit, spits, spits out some of the cookie and offers it to Abby, so he spits it out. Ew, gross, right, readers? Yuck, he spits it out. Oh, that means, I'm looking at the picture here, so it's in pieces. It looks a little mushy, and it's like wet. So he spits it out of his mouth. Does that make sense? Does it look like the word spits it out? And I'm thinking, like, if you spit out food, it's going to kind of look mushy and wet, right? So he spits out the food. And here we have it, spits, spits. And it sounds right. I'm saying the sounds that the letters make. So again, we just did a double check. We said the sounds that the letters make, and we thought about what would make sense. He spits out the words. He spits out the words. He spits out the food, right? No, thank you, she says. The next day, Zots is playing with a toy. May I play? Abby asks. Zots. Ooh, okay. Let's think about what would make sense, because this word's a little tricky. It has a vowel theme in it. What is he doing to it? What did he do to this toy? He broke it, right? But does this look like the word broke? Broke the toy in half? No. Zots. E-A. Breaks. Zots breaks the toy in half. See, readers, in my head, I thought it was the word broke, because that would make sense, right? But this is just another tense of the word, so I had to really look at the letters here. So Zots breaks the toy in half. He gives one half to Abby. Wow, readers, see, it's really important to do a double check when we're reading. Let's keep reading. What are you doing? Abby asks. I'm sharing, Zots says. Sharing can mean letting someone use something you have, Abby says. Okay, Zots says. Zots hands her both parts of the broken toy. This isn't as much fun, Zots says. The next day, Zots has a big bug. May I see? Abby asks. Is this a time I should share? Zots asks. Yes, you should share, Abby says. Do you want to eat or play with it? Zots asks. Ugh, yuck, that's gross. The end. So readers, you did a great job with doing a double check. We had to look at the letters and the sounds, but then we also had to think about what would make sense. So when you go off today, I want you to try this strategy, because you can do this strategy anytime you come to a word that you don't know in any book that you read. Okay, readers? Off you go.